welcome to Nagaland TV. You are watching Nltv News now. I'll read the headlines. Chief Minister of Nagaland, Nephew Rio, launches Nagaland Sustainable Developmental Goals Vision 2030. Chief Minister called upon the people to make this decade a decade of positive action. Union Minister of State for Education and External Affairs, Dr. Raj Kumar Singh, says that Prime Minister Narendra Modi is committed to solving the Naga issue. Nagaland Bar Association submits a representation to the state government, states that act of constituting Naga tribunals was unnecessary. All Nagaland College Students Union seeks center special attention and financial assistance for Nagaland during implementation of the new Education Policy 2020. Prime Minister Narendra Modi's popularity rating drops, the primary reason for which in the rating falling is attributed by his response in handling the COVID-19 crisis. And now the news in details. Nagaland Chief Minister Nephew Rio on Tuesday in Kohima launched the Nagaland Sustainable Developmental Goals Vision 2030. The Chief Minister called upon the people to make this decade a decade of positive action. Rio called upon everyone to join hands to achieve the SDGs with renewed focus on innovation, cooperation and partnership. Rio said that the 17 goals and the targets for sustainable development documented in the Nagaland NCD Vision 2030 are aligned to the United Nations Sustainable Developmental Goals, which inspire in the direction of an universal call to action to end poverty, protect the planet, and to ensure that everyone enjoys peace and prosperity. Rio said that there are major challenges that need to be addressed in order to meet these ambitious targets within the timelines. All Nagaland College Students Union has sought center special attention and financial assistance for Nagaland during implementation of the new Education Policy 2020. All Nagaland College Students Union President V.A. Vitso and General Secretary Imnameren N. Jamir, in a representation to Union Minister of State for Education and External Affairs, Dr. Raj Kumar Singh, pointed out that states like Nagaland would take a long time in implementing the new policy due to the existing poor facilities and infrastructure, which would lead to negative repercussions. Hence, they said, if the new education policy was implemented, special attention and special financial assistance must be extended to the state. The union further requested Singh to take up the matter with the Union Tribal Affairs Ministry and facilitate scholarship without installments. Zeliang Students Union Nagaland has urged service provider for a better telephone network and internet connectivity in Peden district. In a press release, ZSUN President Kinsalt Hegwong said poor network coverage and internet service has adversely affected the day-to-day activities. The union said call drops, voice break, erratic reception, signal reception and disconnection of internet during power outages, load shedding were causing a huge problem during the pandemic, especially when work and education have mostly shifted to virtual. In this regard, ZSUN has appealed the service providers, namely BSNL, Airtel and Reliance Jio, to improve their services in the district. During a meeting on Tuesday, the Nokolak District Planning and Development Board agreed to pull in all resources available in their respective departments to upgrade Nokolak town. The decisions were taken during the meeting that took place in the Deputy Commissioner's office, Nokolak, under the chairmanship of Deputy Commissioner and Vice Chairperson NPDP Nokolak. Meanwhile, SDO Tionokyu Longdiba Sangtham informed that the House regarding the road condition of Thongyokyu subdivision, where both the roads connecting to the Thongyokyu subdivision from Twangsang and Nokolak was in a deplorable condition due to continuous rain. NST bus services from Nokolak to Kohima and Dimapur was also discussed, and the House approved and recommended it to the higher authorities for consideration. LPG cylinder price hiked again for the second straight month. Petroleum companies increased the price of domestic LPG cylinders by Rs 25. The price of a non-subsidized 14.2 kg cylinder will now cost Rs 859.50 in Delhi. In Mumbai, a non-subsidized LPG cylinder will now cost Rs 859.50 as well. An individual has to pay Rs 886.5 for a cylinder in Calcutta. Highest among the 4 metros in Chennai, cooking gas cylinder will now cost Rs 875.50. However, in Nagaland, the price will be the highest in comparison to the other states, as LPG price is Rs 920 per cylinder in Dimapur, which was earlier 890. On the other hand, a LPG cylinder costs up to Rs 1000 in capital Kohima, which is highest in terms of price in the entire country. In Dimapur, all business establishments are shut down on Wednesdays and Saturdays, as per the order issued by the district task force. Reportedly, shopkeepers are unable to pay rent and salary as they are having a huge loss in their businesses. The shopkeepers appeal to the government so as to allow them to open shops on daily basis. Nagaland TV today took a ground report in Dimapur town on the views of the shopkeepers and the public about the closure of shops on Wednesdays and Saturdays as per the order issued by the district task force.
Hello viewers, welcome to Nagaland TV. Sob manulaga awas. Aji amikan Nltv khan yede Dimapur town de ahina se aro amikan jani ase ki ite to dukan khan saishe gule dukan khan bi sob bon ase aro idu do as per the order given by district task force government of Nagaland. So amikan ahibi aji dukan wala khan kunba logode jankari lowo ki tahan bi idu tahala dukan bon hua do tahala opinion bi ki ase aro tahan bi hardships khan face kres nat idu new normal do ki tahan kinya follow करना जाए से इधु हुदा होदी करो तो अपने अन भी इधु वेडनेसडे और सैटरडे दो दुकान सब बंद होले ऑर्डर दिना से सो इधु ला ऊपर दे अपने अन भी की ओपिनियन আছে আমি খান তো এনেকা আছে না এক সপ্তাহতে দুদিন বন্ধ থাকা তো বেশি দুঃখ পায় আছে মখান তো আপনি খান অলরেডি গভর্নমেন্ট লগতে কথা করি কিনা পুরা মার্কেট খুলি দিবলে অলপ আপনি খান কথা করি কিনা দিলে ভাল আছে কিলে আমি খান দোকান ভাড়া বি নওলায় আর কাস্টমার বি ঠিক পরে আহিব না পারে আমি খান বেশি দুঃখতে চলি আছে আমি খান কিন্তু আমি খান বিয়া কথা বি করা নাই হলিবি নাগাল্যান্ড গভর্নমেন্টকে আমি খান কবলে থাকা তো মরম পড়া একবার বিয়া কথা বি করা নাই হলি ভাল পড়া একবার চাই দিবি দিলে মার্কেট খুলি দিয়া তো বেশি ভাল আছে কিন্তু আমি খান অলপ এপিল করে দিলে ভাল আছে না আমি খান এমতে কিলে এনএলটিভি কে বেশি শুকরিয়া থ্যাংক ইউ সো মাচ हफ्ताते 2 दिन इनका बंद था तो आमेन भी दुख पाए से आमेन दुकान ते स्टाफ खान काम करा तो ताखान भी स्टूडेंट आसे तेला अंकल बाबा खानला काम बनवा निमित्ते आमेन दुकान ते काम करी आसे सैलरी भी ना पाई किना आमेन दुख पाए से आस्ते आस्ते गुना दिया से हाफ गुना दिया से तो इतु निमित्ते थैंक यू अपनी हान आमेन के सपोर्ट करार निमित्ते ना कथा देना आसे मतलब वेडनेसडे और सैटरडे बंद हुआ तो इतु बेसी इम्पैक्ट बिजनेस होली भी नागालैंड ला ग्रोथ होली भी तो बेसी डांगर इम्पैक्ट আছে কিলে তো মহান পেন্ডেমিক তে কিমান সাফার করনা আইছে ইতু রিকভারি করব মানে একটা কন্টিনিউয়াস ফ্লো অফ প্রসেস হবো লাগে একটা मतलब কন্টিনিউয়াসলি হয় ভ্যাকসিনেশন মারিছে না ভ্যাকসিনেশন অথেন্টিকেট সার্টিফিকেট রাখিনে দোকান খুলবো দিবি এনা গুরুনা তো সব মারি কিনা আছে হলিবি কথা আছে কিলে ওয়েডনেসডে আর স্যাটারডে তে মানু দোকান না খুলিছে গলে তাহান কেনা চলিব তাহান রেন্ট এভরি মান্থ তো তাহান দিব লাগিব एना हुना कस्टमर भी भय खाए आइगिना सामान लोबोले इतो भय तो अलग करने भांगाव लागबो हलि स्ट्रिक्ट प्रोटोकॉल फॉलो करना मास्क लगाना हैंड सैनिटाइजर यूज करना मन भी फॉलो करबो अपनी हन भी गवर्नमेंट तो एटलीस्ट साइड दिबी किलो तो इट हैज लीडिंग अस एज सच ए ह्यूज इंपैक्ट दैट द सर्कुलर फ्लो ऑफ नागालैंड इज डिक्लाइनिंग डे बाय डे एंड वी हैव टू cope up with this so that we can make a huge impact so that we can rise up the GDP of Nagaland अच्छा तो अपनी यहाँ सब इधर था क्या तो सब वैक्सीन लुशना लेना है
We have already taken our first vaccination and we are proceeding our second vaccination that is holding on September 8 or 9. This this line, this committee line. So we are requesting, sir, we are really very requesting. We are in a big trouble because our business flow is also not so well, so that we can sustain other people also, so that we can sustain the livelihood of our people that are residing within us, that are living behind us. So we cannot give a 100% assurance to that person that we are going to give you salary if you have lockdown. Kam na chuli se gole mohan kenega taigen ke paisa dibo. Dukan te customer na ise gole mohan kenega sell korbo. तो इतु करने अपनी वेडनेसडे सैटरडे तो इतु तो बंद कर दिया तो एक बार मंडे ट्यूसडे ते फ्लो बिजनेस फ्लो हुआ पीछे ते वेडनेसडे ते बंद हो जाए तो इतु तहन एक ता इम्पैक्ट हो जाए वेडनेसडे ते ना वो ना बेरावो इतु ना हो वो इतु तो मोहन करने भी इम्पैक्ट हुए थे सर एज वेल एज योर जीडीपी इज आल्सो डिक्लाइनिंग बिकॉज मोहन कमा तो मोहन इन्वेस्ट करो नागा मनुहन भी इतु सामान तो किनिबो पैसा तो नागालैंड ते सर्कुलेट होबो तो इतु बंद हुआ तो बिजली डांगर इम्पैक्ट আছে और इतु मैं इतु नागालैंड टीवी खन के बिशी बिशी शुक्रिया कोई दुओ तखाने ना टेलीकास्ट करा तो मोहन करने इतु ता मोहन करने तो एकता बिशी डांगर अवार्ड रिवॉर्ड एकता আছে किले तो तखाने मन दुख करना मन दूर पाए कि ना मोहन के साई दिया तो कुन भी नासा तंते नागालैंड टीवी पर साई दिया तो मोहन के इतु तो मोहन बिशी 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 थैंक यू আছে आरो in future also I am 100% assured that this Nagaland TV will do their best leading the open the eyes of the government as well as helping these poor people so that we can sustain our life. Thank you so much.
Saturday और Wednesday तो कस्टमर ना पाए और ये दुकान भी कस्टमर खान ना सेल भी ना मन तो बिसे दिगदारी पाएगा मन ये तो रूम भाड़ा स्टाफ खर्चा है तो लाल बिसे दिगदारी पाएगा
अच्छा होली में आज तो वेडनेसडे ऐसे और अपनी गान तो खुला ऐसे तो अपनी इन्हें खुली ली भी दुख पाए ऐसे
होय खुली भी एको ना ना कस्टमर ना पाए कस्टमर ना खुली के नहीं तो एको लाभ ना आलोप सालों पे आए तो उपाय ना खर्चा उला जाए
Moving on to the next story, the Nagaland Bar Association submitted a representation to the state government on August 17, stating that the act of constituting Naga tribunals was unnecessary. The bar's representation comes in the backdrop of the state government calling for a consultation with the tribal Hohos on the prospect of Naga tribunals for adjudication as per customary laws, for which a meeting has been scheduled on 18 August in Kohima. It stated that the prevailing 1937 rules provide for the administration of customary laws at the village level and between persons belonging to the same tribe. It also added that those entrusted with the responsibility of administering customary laws must have the necessary skill set. Schools Association organized a felicitation program for the HSLC and HSSLC NBSC state rank holders at Holy Cross HR Secondary School Auditorium, Dimapur on August 16. The guest of honor, Mr. Rajesh Sondaranjan, IAS Deputy Commissioner Dimapur, in his speech congratulated all the rank holders. Mr. Rajesh Sondaranjan said girls have performed better than boys once again and said that the juniors should follow their footsteps.
Let me take this opportunity to congratulate and appreciate all the toppers who are being felicitated today, and also the various schools who have contributed and who have made it possible for them to realize whatever achievements they have done. So this is a reflection of the efforts from the school side, from the student side, from the parents side. So it's a reflection of the hard work and the efforts what has been put into it over years. I would say it's not possible because of a day's effort or a couple of weeks' efforts. So a lot of efforts and a lot of dedication, sincerity and commitment has gone into it. So let me congratulate and appreciate all the schools as well, led by the respective principals and the heads of schools and other teachers as well. So my heartiest congratulations to you all. And it is especially heartening to see. It is a usual scene, I would say, to always see more girl performers, girl toppers when compared to the number of boys. So that's in fact just after the felicitation, I and our special guest Sir Kekato were discussing the same thing. He was telling that Rajesh, as usual, the number of girls are more, the toppers. So we are discussing, sir, yeah, it's expected as usual. So allow me to congratulate especially the girl toppers on behalf of both of us.
Nagaland Governor R.N. Ravi and Chief Minister Nephew Rio have extended greetings to the members of the Sangtam community on the occasion of Huna Pongpi festival. In his message, Ravi said that celebrations of Huna Pongpi was to display affection and care for one another. He said, the festival provides an opportunity to understand and appreciate the beauty of the underlying ancient philosophies of the community. The governor wished all happiness, good health and prosperity on the auspicious occasion. State Chief Minister also took to Twitter and extended best wishes for blessings of peace and well-being of everyone. SCC Higher Secondary School located at Lakeview Colony, Dimapur reopened their doors to students and have resumed with their offline classes since 9th of August. On being asked about the opinions of a few students, we learned that they were more than excited to join and that they can easily clear their doubts with the concerned teachers, unlike online classes where they faced a lot of issues along with the internet connectivity being such a hassle.
The family background one silent na so don't problem face on online class. So
coming back to the offline class, we feel much more better because we can interact with our teachers face to face and we can also clarify our doubts.
I feel coming to school is better than offline classes because we become more responsibilities and we come with honesty in school.
Online class offline class very bhala ase ki karne online class se network ge biya thage
online do we all know the bishi bachan bi bishi duka ase aro teachers can be go like that satisfaction ekta nai na kile it's a very new it bishi notun ase na
kile parents concern pra ta kan application ta kan jo risk lobo na application digena ini ta kan doubts eta duta thaga ini hudibule ahya ase ini school de
class 11-12 they were eagerly waiting for a long time requesting us to open, so we were waiting for the permission to be granted, and we have sent the report of the vaccination of the teachers. Almost all the teachers are vaccinated. First dose all have finished, second dose half of the teachers have finished, and it is on the process second dose because there are certain days 3 months gap is there for the second dose. So they are first dose almost all have finished except 2 teachers. They are primary teachers, middle elementary teachers. They are on the health basis. They are not taken. Otherwise all have vaccinated. And children, those who are coming to school, they maintain the SOP. They come with the mask. They sit with mask.
What are the problems being faced by the parents and students there for the primary students? What are the problems faced by the parents and the students, and the reason why they are coming here? Can you please highlight it to us?
Parents' problem is their daily wages. Illiterate parents, they do not know how to help the child, and at home the child is not. Even parents go and tell them sit and write. They do not know how to handle write the notes. They find difficult.
The school authority won't be taking the responsibility of the students as well. So it is upon the students.
On their parents' risk only. School is not responsible, will not take any risk, but the parents will take the responsibility and on their own risk.
Vision Trinity Club on August 17 organized an event, Reach Out, contributing 200 books and 500 marks to 5 villages in the southern Angami region in Kohima, namely Fushama, Kuzama, Kigwema, Feshama and Sakabama. The event was organized with the main purpose of promoting a culture of reading. Reportedly, the event was carried out successfully with all COVID-19 precautions. The 200 books contributed comprised of varied selected categories from fiction, general knowledge and reference books to further encourage and enhance the students' cognitive and academic abilities. NLTV had an interview with Newsena Saleh, the president of Vision Trinity Club and speaker of Southern Angami Students Union.
NLTV thanide Vision Trinity Club thanot aina ase aro ami thanot tana president Vision Trinity la president Nunuse Saleh, and he is also the speaker of Southern Angami Student Union. Tanot aina ase aro tailot hoda hodi kurubo ki aji tai tan project loina books tan dina jaje use kuma selective village tanot to tanot hoda hodi kurna jai chho. Hello, welcome brother to NLTV. Brother apni han idu aji books tan aro documents ki tan apni han busti di dina jadu idu ki la busti tan apni han select kurna di dina jazina.
Itu project this is the first time we are doing a book project. So this project is called Reach Out. So just last week we saw one of our friends from Kigwema. He created a library for the students. So we thought that this is a very good initiative. So why not help them in any way possible? So we are an NGO, or most of the people are students. So financially we are not stable enough. So we thought that we will just give them around books. Around 40 books to 5 villages and face masks as COVID is still going on. So volunteer kanu manu bishi ase na. So kiteba to mask shortage hui jai to kane mask we didio kuni to initiative lo ala ase.
Baro to idu apni than ida idu ina project than dinina jado, is this the first time la apni than past TV nanang kurna ai thaisina la kam dhando?
This is not the first time. We created this club in 2017. Actually it was a band back in the days when we used to sing, but now we transitioned it to a club. So the main motive of this club is to help the youth to create a better generation, so that our generations can bring a change and create a better platform not only for ourselves but for the future generations. Itu club khola la ase. So we have done around 25 projects till now from 2017 to 2021.
Maro aji aminan hunyan sabto apni thana itu club to books thana documents aro face masks tan 5 selective village thani didina jazina hunise. Can you please mention the village name?
Okay, so the village is Puchama, Pesama, Sakabama, Kigwema and Kuzama.
Okay brother, then apni thana itu create the sponsorship aro support ido hando kudila ayasina.
We don't usually get the sponsorship from the government because it's very difficult na, and for an NGO like this it's very hard to get sponsorship. But la club can we have a little funding every week collection kwe, and then whenever we do a project people are always kind enough to donate from free will donations can kwe. So with that we utilize it and try to make it as big as possible. Yeah.
Okay brother, apni than initiative than luina jado apni than group la member than jado, is there any difficulties face kiba duk suk than apni than face kona jaila na jai?
There's always difficulty which we face, like 2017 they start and we were still young and manosop gari cholon na predo to inia time the transportation kan we duk pai our program kan set go time that we were very young, so nobody took us seriously na. But times have changed. I mean life is a journey na, to experience kwase. So ita do difficulty do in every na pai because we are doing it for the love of doing it. Obviously we are going to face a lot of problems. Those problems become as an experience after some years, and life to ina say difficulty face na really it's not going to be easy na. We enjoy doing it because we want to help the society, we want to help the youth. So difficult situation they khushi paini koi thake.
And brother, any future plans for the project? Project like future plans asla na ro?
Project to mondelo bisi ase kole. At the end of the day, it comes down to the financial needs again. But by the grace of God, if everything goes according to plan, 2018, where we created this Vision Trinity Women Basketball Tournament to promote women empowerment, to expose the field of sports for ladies as well. Na to 2016 17 kuise 18 kuise 19 kuise last year to covid karne pora nai do so if situation is good 2021 this year host kole babe ase so I really hope the situation is good enough so that we can host this event.
Thank you so much, brother, for giving your time to us, and I wish you all the best for my channel. Aro apni than dikise khunise tana project tana group than in an initiative luna jaze which since 2017 they are facing a lot of difficulties but still they are not giving up. Tana duksu guna jado mala public than yedi dikhi thaya dambi tahani modap sodap kurna age jaule public than support kurna itu wish kuri dia ase aro soon apni thani bi support kuribi ina type te guna chanai dia ase. I'm here with my camera person Mautamjun. This is Rabinang Ovong reporting for Nltv.
Going on to the next story. A young man from Dimapur, Dinolongam, who drew his inspiration from renowned hairstylist Javed Habib and thought he couldn't complete his education, took up his passion and interest for hairstyling. A sincere, hard-working and dedication towards his passion for the last 5 years has taken him towards a new direction, as Dinolongam talks with Nltv. He talks about his journey. Further, he wishes that his journey could inspire many other youths to take up hairstyling as a career option. During the interview, he also shared his experience of how he underwent training from one of the most creative directors of Tony & Guy, an international salon from Chennai, Tamil Nadu.
Hardworking Naga youth logo आईने से तो आई भी आमियान तालो खोता कोई लोगो तो सती अपना नाम दुखी है ना
मेरा नाम तो दिन शॉर्ट माती से गले और फुल माती से गले दिन लोगम यहाँ से
तो अपनी ये तो प्रोफेशन तो कितना बार शुरू करी है
ये तो प्रोफेशन तो आमी शुरू हुआ तो it's almost 5 years मैं ट्रेनिंग लो पीछे थे और मैं एक्सपीरियंस वर्किंग एक्सपीरियंस इनका हुआ ना 5 years हो गए से 21 कंप्लीट हो गए तो 5 years कंप्लीट हो मिला
खुद को ट्रेनिंग मिलना आपने
आमी ट्रेनिंग लो तो साउथ इंडिया तमिलनाडु चेन्नई थे ऐसे ये तो टोनी एंड गाई एशियन शो थे पर मैं ट्रेनिंग ले से
तो what inspire you अपनी खुद को ये तो इंस्पिरेशन पासे तो कोड़ा
एक्चुअली मैं like मैं एम और मैं की बात अलग तरीके से होइले once I drop out from college आमी ग्रेजुएट होइसे होइले 4th semester तो मैं बैक पेपर पाइसे तो करे मैं ये तो मैं सारी दियो ये तो मैं आलसी हो जाए ये तो पूरी ना भी की को आजकल तो ग्रेजुएट है ना भी काम भी ना पाए ये तो मन एक ता ओलाइसे मैं के और मैं चुली ला इनी यूट्यूब ते की वनी साइड एक से मैं जब भी हबीब ला इंस्पायर हो जाए ताते पर मैं ये तो इंटरेस्ट था कि ना मैं तो ट्रेनिंग करने मैं सीधा जाए ना ताते ट्रेनिंग ले रही है
तो मान आजकल दिखी था कि नागा यूथ खान तो इमान लाइक हार्ड वर्किंग ना था क्या मोस्टली घोड़े बुहाई भी बिस्सी है ग्रेजुएट होने तो अपनी इनका अपनी आजीमान भाल काम करने देखा से तो इतु नागा यूथ खान की क्यों एक ता मैसेज दी दो मन असनान नहीं
ये तो एक ऐसे मन दे मैसेज तो दिवले मन ऐसे और बाबा माँ खान पर और कॉलोनी दे एल्डर्स खान पर भी कोई अमेरिकन ये तो नागालैंड दे अमेरिकन मानो निजर मानो खान काम ना करे और कोई काम ला अपॉर्चुनिटी तो बिशी आसे होले अमेरिकन मानो इनका काम ना करे ये तो बिशी गलती आसे तकन को तो हस्सा आसे कि अपॉर्चुनिटी पाए अपॉर्चुनिटी will never come twice in our life we have to know how to grab it ये तो ऐसे अमेरिकन की जीव दे अमेरिकन मन दे की उलाई मैं ये तो करूँ मैं ये तो इंटरेस्ट आसे इतना दे घुसी ना मुखाला इंटरेस्ट दे इनका उठी ना काम करो लगे और शर्म भी ना खाओ लगे यस क्या तो शर्म खाओ मानो ऐसे अमेरिकन दुनिया ते इनका बहुत शर्म ला दुनिया से होइले भी निजो प्रति काम करो मन ऐसे ये तो शर्म ना खाई ना हमें यूथ खान के इनका कोई दी बोले मन तो शर्म ना खाई भी की काम करो मन ऐसे ये तो निजो ला प्रोफेशन तो मरम हुई ना और खुशी पर काम करो इनका मैं एक तो कोई दी मन ऐसे
बेशी थैंक्स तो मैं दिखा निशना और टाइप कोई दिया निशना नागा यूथ खान तो आजकल गवर्नमेंट जॉब है नहले भी डांगर काम नहले नुकुरे हुली तो एकला नहने छुटू मुतू हुली भी मन दी न कुरबी गुने ताई बारी भाई बड़ा मैसेज दी दिया से अपने आएंगे तो इनका और खबर खान साइड थको करने अपने साइड थकी NLTV मैं आराव माचुमी with camera person Bendang Sanap.
In interview with NLTV, the Statistic and Educational Secretary of Kuzama Student Care Union, Jai Thakro, highlighted about their small group project, Project Brighter Zukazama. It is a group of youth members from Kuzama who took the initiative with the help of Keseto Thakro, who is the project convener, to light up their streets with renewable resources like hydro energy. The initiative started on June 2020, in which they built 23 street lamps and 8 street lights. Whereas what is worth mentioning here is that there was no government support in this initiative.
To NLTV. Aji NLTV dan yede Kuzuma village te aina ase. Ede aina thayodo tana Kuzuma village tana student organization an ekta project take up kurna. Tana idu busti de street light than thalina jad hana idu hota hoti grow ami thanot tana student organization la ekta leader aina ase. Talot hota hoti guna idu individual jabo. Hello brother, welcome to NLTV. Brother apni la naam aro designation koi dubo.
Hello, my name is Zaya Thakro. I'm currently the Statistical and Educational Secretary in KSU.
Brother, apni thana idu project loa do street light la idu olop highlight kuri do parbo.
Itu Project Brighter Kuzama do we started around June last year. So the main aim was to produce electricity for the from the river with the help of a hydrogen. So the hydrogen was donated by Nepet Dimapur. So from the river we were able to set up 33 street lamps and around 8 street lights.
Brother, idu apni than project thando loam didu sponsorship aro support thando kudela IC do lop kuido parbo.
Mui yade komonjado itu project sponsor koreado like we didn't have any help from the side of the government. It was basically mostly done by locals, and then press can be kombato thagise like Eastern Mirror aru paycheck ta thagise the Indian Better India, Better India aru from in and around our village, and then from Kohima, like people we know.
So, brother, idu project to apni than start kuru tamde iku engineer, kuma engineer than involved thaisla thagine.
Idu project to it was mainly because of one individual among our friends. He was tai nepet te kam gothagise Dimapur de to. Kotha kuri gine mohan itu nepet khan tahan hydrogen ekta donate kurise tate bara kiseto engineer kiseto tai tai bara itu ani gine mohan taila under him we were able to complete this project.
Aro itu brother apni kon isne itu project Brighter Kuzama la group thando aro iku future plans asala nai de iku development dang kurule.
Plans kando ase, but moi khan itia to budget to lop lo ase, nohile moi khan bi planning to ase, like we will like explore more of renewable energy and clean energy, like itia to electricity la ase. Next we plan of making windmills and even like tourism,
Amidan Hunyan isna tahana student leaders are student leaders are student bodies tan idu planning thandoro jai thagule future plans to moi mona cycle like mona channel cycle like all the best wish kuri dia ase aro tahan motop sotop lagya than ki ulibi tan idu green environment green grule aro renewable resources te cholaule ami janai dia ase ki tan de motop sotop than kuri libi in every ways. And I'm here with my camera person Moatamjun. This is Rabin Hong Ovong reporting for NLTV. Thank you.
In a fight against the use of tobacco-related substances, 3 districts in Nagaland organized Smoke-Free District Headquarter campaign. The campaign was held at DC's Conference Hall, Twingsang, on 17th August 2021. According to DIPR, DC Twingsang Kumar Ramnikant spoke on the primary, secondary and tertiary damage caused by tobacco substances. He also asked the Tobacco Consumer Control Cell to expand the campaign across the district and establish a rehabilitation center for de-addiction of tobacco-related substances in Mon district. The campaign was launched on 16th August by DC IAS Thawalengsana K. He stressed on the importance of making people aware about the harmful effects of passive smoking. Mokokchung district also organized the campaign under the initiative of National Tobacco Control Program. DC Mokokchung Lima Wabang Jamir launched the campaign where the public were sensitized on Section 4 of COTPA 2003, Section 6A of COTPA 2003, Section 6B of COTPA 2003 and other Tobacco Products Act 2003 during the campaign in the respective districts. Meghalaya is still tensed following the death of Cherisifil Thangkwing, a former militant of the outlawed HNLC in a police operation, has led to a crisis in Meghalaya as hundreds joined his funeral procession. Stone pelting, vandalism and arson rocked Shillong on Independence Day, as a result of which the state has been placed under curfew until 18th of August.
Shillong burns over ex-militant killing. Meghalaya governor's carcade attacked during curfew. Meghalaya CM resident under attack. Death of Chesterfield, thank you, creates havoc among citizens. Shillong stands still in a shutdown.
A large number of the sleeper cells were arrested.
The death of Chesterfield, thank you, a former militant of the outlawed HNLC, in a police operation has led to a crisis in Meghalaya as hundreds joined Thank You's funeral procession. Stone pelting, vandalism and arson rocked Shillong on Independence Day, as a result of which the state has been placed under curfew until August 18. Fresh violence was reported in Meghalaya's state capital Shillong during curfew hours on Tuesday when unidentified miscreants attacked the carcade of Governor Satyapal Malik with stones on its return from Assam after dropping him at an airport there, a Raj Bhavan official said. The governor took a flight to the national capital and safely landed in Delhi. The aftermath of the entire episode has led to Home Minister Lakhman Rimbui resigning from his post. The reason for which he stated is that he is calling for a judicial probe to bring out the truth.
I propose that judicial inquiry be conducted so that all the facts of the matter could be brought into light regarding this unfortunate incident which happened on the 13th of August 2021.
Internet in the state has been blocked for 72 hours in 4 districts and central forces have been deployed. What led to the death of the militant, as stated by the Meghalaya police, is that Thank You had become active in the last 6 months. The police claimed that they had clear notifications of his involvement in 2 low-intensity blasts in Clariat, East Jaintia Hills in July and in Shillong's Laitumkra market last week. The blast, which left 2 people, were injured. As per a police statement, Thank You had attacked the team of police with a knife in an attempt to escape, and the police exerted their right to private defense by firing a single round, which hit him. He died on the way to hospital. In reaction to this, Thank You's family describes the killing as a cold-blooded murder, and local residents accuse the police of a fake encounter. News Desk, Nagaland TV.
In a meeting that was held today on Tuesday in Guwahati regarding public health response on COVID-19, the Health Minister for Northeast states in order to strengthen the health infrastructure to fight the pandemic effectively, Centre has allocated rupees 1,352.92 crores for Northeastern states under Emergency COVID Response Package 2. Under the scheme, Nagaland was allocated with rupees 62.46 crore. Union Minister for Health and Family Welfare Mansukh Mandavya said that the fund would enable the states to enhance the health facilities needed to combat the pandemic more aggressively. He further informs that Centre will ensure regular supply of vaccines to the region so that maximum number of people are vaccinated within the next few days.
करने के लिए कोविड पैकेज 2 डिक्लेयर किया गया। 23,000 करोड़ रुपीस सारे देश के सभी स्टेट को अपने पॉपुलेशन के आधार पर दिया जाएगा। दिया जा रहा है, उसमें से 1300 करोड़ से ज़्यादा की रकम नॉर्थ ईस्ट स्टेट को भी दी जाएगी।
Dr. Raj Kumar Singh, Union Minister of State for Education and External Affairs, said that Prime Minister Narendra Modi is committed to solving the Naga issue. Addressing a press conference at Hotel Zafu in Kohima on Tuesday, he said that prior to Modi government, talks on Naga issues were held like tea parties, where the two sides would come about only to have roundtable discussions and leave without any positive outcome. However, he said after Modi became the Prime Minister, he showed seriousness on the issue by signing the framework agreement, which was targeted at bringing peace to Nagaland and subsequently to the whole region. Singh mentioned that he chose to start the Ashirwad Yatra from Nagaland as his first stop instead of Assam, although the latter would have been easier and earlier for him to reach and visit. Singh clarified that his real interest in Nagaland was to see the level of progress and development. Justice B.V. Nagaratna is in line to become the first women Chief Justice of India in 2027. Led by Chief Justice N.V. Ramana, the Supreme Court Collegium has recommended the names of 9 judges for the elevation to the top court, including 3 female judges. Justice B.V. Nagaratna, who is presently a judge with the Karnataka High Court, has also been recommended by the Collegium. She was appointed as an additional judge of the High Court of Karnataka in 2008 and as a permanent judge nearly 2 years later. She is likely to have a month-long tenure. Her appointment will be a historic moment for the country's judiciary. Justice Hima Kohli and Justice Bela Trivedi are the other 2 women judges who are in the list of recommendations. Reportedly, there have been demands for India to have a women Chief Justice. India has reported 35,178 new COVID-19 cases and 440 deaths in the last 24 hours. India's recovery rate now stands at 97.52%. A total of 37,169 patients recovered in the last 24 hours, which brings the total recoveries to 3,14,85,923 across the country in the last 24 hours, with 3,67,415 active cases. Meanwhile, Nagaland records 29,195 COVID-19 cases while 605 deaths. That is all for now. This is Gargireka signing off. Keep watching Nagaland TV for more news and updates.